I love infographics. As an information designer, I've worked with all sorts of data over past 25 years. I have a few in here to share. Was the first little history. Communication is in the encoding, transmission, and decoding of information. Breakthroughs in communication mark turning points in human culture. Oracy, literacy, and numeracy were great developments in communication. They allow us to encode ideas into words and quantities into numbers. Without communication, we'd still be stuck in Stone Age. Although humans have been around for quarter million years, it was only 8,000 years ago that proto riding began to be. Nearly 3,000 years later, the first proper riding system took shape. Maps have been around for millennia, diagrams for hundreds of years, but representing quantities through graphics is relatively new. It wasn't until 1786 that William Prefer invented the first bar chart, giving birth to visual display of quantitative information. 15 years later, he introduced the first pie and area charts. His inventions are still the most commonly used chart forms today. Florence Nightingale invented the common in 1857 for presentation to Queen Victoria on Robert and highlighted in blue. She showed how most troops' deaths could have been prevented. Shortly after, Charles Manners charted Napoleon's march on illustrating how an army of 422,000 dwindled to just 10,000 as battles, geography, and freezing temperatures took their toll. They combined the Sankey diagram with cartography and line chart for temperature. I get excited when I get lots of data to show, especially when it yet and interesting. Here, Nightingale's column was an inspiration to organize data of the thousands of federal energy supplies, scrutinizing the lack of investment in renewables over fossil fuels. This sinking diagram illustrates the flow of energy through the US economy, emphasizing how nearly half of energy used is lost as wasted heat. I love it when data can be here. The personal and professional connection women or Silicon Valley can be woven into Arax. Same as the combination of inventors, pricing partners can be mapped. I even made charts for me. I'm a numbers person, so I rare when in the scrap. I made this diagram to remember all two and three other words in official scrap dictionary. Knowing this 100 1168 was centrally is a changer. Sometimes I produce code to quick generate from thousands of data points. Coding also enables me to produce interactive graphics. Now we can navigate information of our own. Exotic chart forms simply look cool, but something as a simple little dot may be all you need to solve a particular thinking task. In 2006, the New York Times redesigned their markets section, cutting it down from 8 pages of stack to just 1.5 pages of essential market data. We listed performance metrics for the most common stocks, but I wanted to help investors see how the stocks are doing. So I add simple little dot to show the current price relative to its own year range. As a glance, value investors can pick out stocks by looking for dots to left. Momentum investors can find stock or avoid dots as right. Shortly after, Wall Street Journal copied. Simplicity is often goal of the most, but sometimes we need to impress complexity and show large data sets in full glory. Out Gallup, the former chairman, and 100 me. It was family's legacy. Hundreds pages covering 6 decades of presidential. It told him entire book could be graphed on single page. Impossible, he said. And here it says 25,000 data points on single page. At a glance, one sees the most presidents starts with few events like were essentially post approval trickle. His major events were attenuated and graphic but not color. The point is graphics can transmit data with incredible efficiency. Graphicacy is the ability to read and write graphics and still in infancy. New chart forms will emerge with specialized graphics that help us think or see box worth of information in single page on are the key to unlocking new discoveries. Our visual cortex was built to decode complex information as a master pattern recognition. Gra- Graphicacy enables us to us to process mountains of data and find the infants of gold hiding. Thank you.